Did everything come from nothing, or did something always exist? That's an interesting question. The universe, as VenomFangX describes it, consists of matter, time, and space. Okay, so let's talk about matter, time, and space. First, Einstein showed that time and space are manifestations of the same thing, space-time. He also showed that all matter is a manifestation of energy. Energy can be converted to matter, and vice versa. While space-time may be finite, as space-time is thought to have had a beginning, at the Big Bang, or per VenomFangX's argument, it is different when we're talking about matter, because matter is a manifestation of energy. The question then becomes, did energy have a beginning? The idea that matter cannot exist without space or time might make sense, but only if we forget the fact that matter is a manifestation of energy. The question is, does energy need time and space to exist? Let's answer that. First off, for anything to have a cause, energy is needed. All causal relationships require a transfer of energy from one body to another. This is a fundamental law of physics. Since this is the case, for anything to have a beginning, including matter, time, and space, there has to be energy present. I'm not going to burn your brain with the idea that energy existed before time, as the term before relates to a sequence of events and has no meaning in this context. However, I think it's safe to say that all energy that exists now must have existed at the beginning, T = 0. Now here's where it gets interesting. The first law of thermodynamics states, basically, that energy cannot be created or destroyed. Since energy cannot be created or destroyed, energy must have always been here. The first part of that statement is that energy cannot be created. So now we're faced with the question, where did the energy that makes up the universe come from? Did it come from God? If so, what exactly is this relationship between God and energy? Is God the source of energy? If that's true, does that mean that God gave up some or all of his energy in order to create the universe? Either that, or God is himself, in part at least, an infinite supply of energy, and he lost no energy at all when transferring it to the universe when he created it. This can mean either one of two things. Either one, energy can be created, or two, energy can be infinite. If we say that God has the ability to create energy, then he is violating the laws of physics, and all arguments for his existence that involve the laws of physics are irrelevant, since you're attempting to use the laws of physics to prove something which must violate them. Let's pretend, for the sake of argument, that God is, in part, at least, an infinite supply of energy. This makes sense, as God is supposed to be all-powerful. This also means, however, that energy can be infinite. Now, what happened at the beginning? Since we have established that the energy required to manifest the universe must be present at the beginning, the real question is, what is the explanation for the energy that existed at the beginning? And there's really just two explanations. It's a supernatural explanation, or it's an unknown natural explanation. VenomFangX is saying that the energy present at the beginning is the manifestation of something supernatural, God, specifically the Christian God. But this is the question that human beings have been asking about a lot of things since human beings started asking questions. What is lightning? Why do mothers give birth? Why does the sun rise and set every day? Why do people get sick? There are a million questions that we can ask, and every single one of these questions could be just brushed off with the simple, God did it. But it doesn't mean that this explanation is correct. In fact, time after time after time, the answer has, in fact, been an unknown natural explanation that eventually became known. Doesn't it make sense that this trend would continue? VenomFangX might claim to know something with absolute certainty, and he may state that he knows what form this energy at the beginning is, and even claim to have a personal relationship with it. I simply say that right now, it is unknown, possibly unknowable, but that the most likely explanation is not a magical man in the sky, but an unknown natural